Hello there, I'm Kimberly Mutar. Welcome back to another Q&A Thursday. I am so happy to be able to spend these few minutes with you. Of course, you know the ropes. How about you jump on and say hello? Let me know that you are listening in. If you happen to be listening to this Q&A Thursday later in the day, I would love for you to put #replay. And as always, I love to hear your comments and some of your takeaways from these Q&A Thursdays. What are some things that you will do in your home today? We are in this parenting journey together, and I just want to be a help to you, a safe place for you to ask your questions about your kids, parenting. How can you speak life to them for whatever situation you're going through? We are here for each other, and let's help each other to grow. I'm so glad to see you, Noelle. How are you? It's so nice to know that you are listening in, Noelle. I know that you have an amazing heart of love for your son. So glad to see you here. So we are answering the question today of what should I say when I've caught my child lying? How should I handle it? So let's talk that through. If you are able to have a pen and paper, I encourage you to grab that now, because I'm actually going to give you quite a few scripts or suggestions as to what you can say in the different situations where you may have caught or suspect your child has lied. So get that pen and paper handy and let's get started. If you suspect that your children are lying or that they have lied to you, I just want to encourage you, first of all, to stop and to believe the best about them. Your child is not a liar. That is not who they are. That's not who they were created to be. So we have to remember that. So let's try to understand the reason why your child has chosen to lie. Let's ask ourselves a few questions. Did they lie to me? Did they lie to someone else? Are they hiding something? Are they lying so that they don't get into trouble? Was it an accident and they're afraid to tell me? Have they disobeyed something that I've already told them? We've talked about this and they've still disobeyed and they don't want me to find out. Are they afraid of what other people will think of them? And that's why they're lying. Those are really great questions that we can ask before we are quick to pass any judgment. So ask your children some of those questions graciously before you jump to conclusions. We can stay calm. Don't take offense. Your words, your tone of voice, your body language, and your facial expressions will influence their future lying. Whether they keep a tender heart to doing what is right and to make things right, or will they develop that disrespect, that don't care what mom says, I'm going to do what I want to anyway. If you have already gotten to that place, hello Mandy, thanks for chiming in. Mandy, I appreciate you being so faithful to listen in on these Q&A Thursdays. That means so much to me. I know that you have a heart that really cares to speak life to your children. You have the sticker badge books, and I just really admire you for showing up faithfully to these Q&A Thursdays. That means a lot to me. So if you are already in that place where, meaning the disrespect and the don't care what mom says, I'm going to do it anyway, then you need to consider some more consequences. If they're repeatedly lying and trying to cover it up, trust is broken there, and there's no care for consequences for their actions. We'll talk about that just a little bit later. So let's talk through a few things that you can say. And remember, I mentioned getting that pen and paper handy. So here's when you can get ready to write. So I'm going to use some of the scripts from the Speak Life Badge Sticker Award books. They're right here in the script book, and I'll tell you the page if you have them already. If not, you can write them down. So what if your child has lied and now you want to tell them you are not a liar? So you can go to the I Am Special book, page 25, and here's what you can say to your child. You can say your child's name, Sally. You speak the truth. Telling lies is not who you are. We are a family. We belong to each other as a family. So we tell each other the truth. A liar's tongue will be stopped. Lies only last for a moment. The truth will last forever. That's found in Proverbs 12:19. You are a truth teller. So encourage them with those words. What if they say, but I didn't know the right thing to say? You can also use this same script, I Speak the Truth, page 25, and you can read this part. You can say this part. Sweet Sally, even if you don't know the right thing to say, you can still tell the truth. You can decide with your mouth that you will speak what is true and honest. A good person says wise things, the right things. I know that you want to say the right thing, so stop and think before you speak. Is what I am about to say true and honest? Say what you need to say to them in love to the other person, and then it's up to them to take to heart what you've said, but at least you know that you've told the truth. That's something else that you can say to your child if they say, but I didn't know the right thing to say. I hope that helps. Okay, what if they say, if I tell a lie, I'll get what I want? Okay, that's also in I Am Special, page 25. So if I tell a lie, I'll get what I want. That's what they're thinking, okay? Sometimes we think that if I tell a lie, I'll get what I want. I'm reading from the script. Do you know that any treasure, anything important to us or to you that we really, really want, that we get by telling lies is like a fleeting vapor, a breath, a wind, gone. That thing that we really wanted and got by telling lies is empty. It's meaningless. Once we have it, it doesn't really bring us joy and happiness because we know that we got it by deceiving, by telling lies. So then talk through, how can you get what you want by telling the truth? So there's another way that you can work through with them about telling the truth to get what you want. Okay, what if they say, I was afraid of what they would think of me, so I lied. I was afraid of what they would think of me, so I lied. All right, so I'm gonna go, still in I Am Special, but I am going to go to page 45, and I'm gonna read that script to you. It's actually for I Am Important. Okay, so you can say to your child, you are important, you matter, you are free to be you at all times. You do not have to perform for people to like you. Who you are is enough. You do not have to try to measure up or to look good to someone else. You are valuable. You are worthy. It doesn't matter what other people think of you. What matters is that you're true to yourself. You are a truth teller. Oh, those are amazing words of life that we need to be speaking to our kids, even if we haven't caught them in a lie, right? Besides, you can tell them this too. Besides, maybe your friend is not your true friend if you can't fully be you. you know, the good and the bad, and still be loved by them. If there is anything that we need to speak against or to break off of our children, it is being afraid of what other people think, of people pleasing. I don't know about you, but that has been something that has been rooted in my life for so long. And I don't want my children to be my age and still feeling that pressure. As much as we can set them up for success, I don't think it's a pie in the sky wish or hope. I think we need to keep speaking into them that they are worthy, they are valuable, they are free to be them, fully them, and they don't need to lie to get someone else to like them. Let's set them up for success by teaching them to stay true to themselves and true to God, their Creator. If your child continues to lie or continues to make any wrong choice repeatedly, you can also use this script, I Choose Right, the script and the sticker badge, I Choose Right, which is also found in the I Am Special book on page 24. What I hope you will realize is that in each of the 3 sticker award books, there is just tool after tool or script after script of suggested words that you can say to your child. And for all different situations that you may need to work through with them, not just with lying. And I tried to be really careful with different personalities and different situations that you may encounter, so that there was always the suggestions there of what you could speak. And then you know your child best, so use the words as you need to and in the right moment with your child and their personality and their situation. So one other thing that I wanted to mention to you about telling lies is that it's really important to work with your kids through how will you make this right? It's important to pose that question to them. How will you make this right? We have to teach them to take responsibility for their actions, right? So do they need to go back to a friend and ask for forgiveness? You can help them to say, please forgive me for lying to you. What I said, the words that they said, they can repeat that, was a lie. I take full responsibility for my lie. I was afraid that you wouldn't like me as your friend if you knew I was telling the truth. Will you forgive me for telling the lie? Wow, that takes a whole lot of courage, but that's what we need to teach our kids. That's what we need to do sometimes if we find ourselves in a lie because we're too worried about what other people think. I Am Special and I Am Priceless both offer script suggestions for how to help your children ask for forgiveness, how to forgive when others hurt them, and then how to ask for forgiveness. So you can use that. That's on page 23 if you already have the script books. If they tell a lie, let's think of a few examples in your home. So let's say that they've taken some money and they've lied about taking the money. So how can they make it right? That's what we're talking about. Do they need to return the money along with some extra? Or do they have a loss in their allowance if you give allowances? Or some other consequence? If they said that they did a chore but then they actually didn't do it, do they need video game time taken away? You can decide together what the consequence should be. But what they do need to know and to understand is that you take lying seriously and that they need to make it right with whomever they hurt with their lie. We have to teach our children that the choices that they make today seed the choices that they will make in the future. So if they choose today to tell a little lie, well, then they have to remember the lies they told to keep the story straight. And then they have to keep that lie up. You know the story, kind of like the sports and if they got their wins and their achievements and their trophies, perhaps in an unethical way, you know, and then it comes out later, you know, that 2-3 years later that, oops, you know, they got their medal or their trophy by doing something that they shouldn't have, to have the extra strength and energy, you know what I mean? And then that comes out, and then maybe their name is disgraced, and it's the reaping and the sowing, right? They've sown the seeds of lies, and they're going to reap that in their future. So that's an important perspective for us to teach our children. Here's another script that you can say to your children, just in speaking life in general. You don't have to, you can say this when you've caught them in a lie. You can say this to them anytime. But tell them, thank you for speaking the truth. You took the high road. You told the truth, regardless of the consequence. You took responsibility for your actions. You, son, are a prince. You, daughter, are a princess. Lying lips do not belong to a prince or to a princess. That's Proverbs 17:7. I would love to hear from you. I hope that some of those thoughts around lying helped you. I hope that it's something that you can work through successfully with your children, and that you can use some of those scripts. Would you share in the comments below this video one takeaway that you've had from this Q&A Thursday? I would love to hear your heart and what is going on in your home. And I would love to also hear what else you do for your children when you realize that they have lied. I would love to learn from you as well. We are in this parenting journey together. So before we close this Q&A Thursday, hope that if you have any questions, you know that this is a safe place. You can ask them. You're more than welcome to email me. It's Kimberly@speaklifebadges.com is my email address, or you can post in the comments below this video. I care about you, and I am here to help if I can in any way. We want to see and to help you speak life to your kids. Your words are so powerful, and we can be intentional about the words that we speak to our children, even in the frustrating moments. I hope that you have an amazing day. Until the next time we're together, take care.